up in Pasadena, and I went to the Pasadena City Schools, and to the grammar schools, and to high school really young because I skipped a grade, and they thought I wasn't getting enough work to do, so they made me take a summer course, which pushed me up a little. So I was just 13 when I went to high school.
Good morning, everybody. This is Blaze from the Arts, Culture, and Us, and today I'm here at Toby Moth Gallery on Beverly, and we're here to discuss
Helen Lundeberg. Helen Lundeberg is the creator of it. Well, Post Surrealism is a term that was coined in the 30s. Surrealism is a movement from Europe of the 20s, and it really talked about the creation of images that were beyond control. They simply emerged from the brain and directed the hand. A Post-Surrealism was a Lorser Feitelson, Helen Lundeberg creation, proposition. And that was probably about 1932-33 they began to talk about it. By 1934, it was named Post-Surrealism.
1933 was also the year when Lorser and I began to really formulate the idea of a new classicism. We distinguished between the kinds of paintings that could be called subjective classicism or the new classicism. And one kind we called idea entity, the other mood entity. Now, my first mirror painting belongs to the mood entity category because it doesn't express an idea, it puts forth a mystery. Another painting, which I guess would fall into the idea entity category, is the double portrait of the artist in time. I was playing with infancy and adulthood, and the central figure in the foreground is a child about 2 years old, which I did from a baby portrait that they made of me. I still have it. And by painting the infant as real and smiling and holding a little budding flower in her hand, and casting a shadow from her to the wall back of her and up the wall and overlapping a self-portrait I had done earlier, I was sort of playing with time in reverse, as it were, as if the infant shadow forecasts the adult. This painting, which is called Microcosm and Macrocosm, shows you the microcosm here is blown up by a microscope to show all these little creatures in it. And here's a further blow up, and here's an enlargement of one. And the little glass in the hand of the figure here is a sort of symbol for the microscope and the telescope. So here we come to some macrocosm, and here is the blow-up of one of these tiny things, which is Saturn. I don't know what else to say about it, except I'm sort of fond of this one.
So I channeled my gallery from originally 5 centuries of Princeton drawings to focus upon the history of art in Los Angeles from approximately 1930s to the present. In 1930s I picked because of the creative changes that took place, such as Post-Surrealism, and because it was the beginnings of abstraction, of departing from the traditional Hudson River school. California is a very creative place, that everything you see around you is by an artist of California, created in California. This is Leonard Edmondson.
Leonard Edmondson?
That's right. William Dole.
Which one up here?
The two up top there. And here is David Levine. That's a piece from the 30s. And then below that is Betty Saar. she's being exhibited right now at the Pasadena Museum of California Art. As you can see, there are a number of pieces here about California. That's Lee Mulliken, and that's Claire Falkenstein, and Peter Shire. This is Peter Shire, yes, his teapot. That's a sketch for a teapot. We're going to have actual fantastic teapots and constructions that are going to be here in November for a one-person show.
In other words, you are committed to the California art.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to know who that is.
All right, that is, this is Betty Sauer again. And this is a lithograph called L.A. Skies and Spinning Hearts. Nikki de Saint-Phal, who's really an international artist, but she spent a lot of time here in California and died here just fairly recently. Just so full of life, so buoyant, so fun. This is Nathan Oliveira, a great, great artist. Wow. Also creative of a mood. Well, he is. This is modern classicism, you know. This is Ruth Asawa. Ruth Asawa was interned at the Rohrer camp in Arkansas, but really grew up here in California, Los Angeles.
Like coral.
Well, it's a form from nature. It's actually a bronze.
Oh, but it's like a piece of coral or something. It's so beautiful.
Yes, it is. It's very fine.
How unique.
And she has a one-person show just opening up at the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art this in November this year.
Okay, this is Blaze, and I'm just finishing up a fantastic interview. It was one of those interviews that's so great, I'm probably going to have to make an extended copy just for you personally. So I want to thank you very much for having me here.
My pleasure.
And here we are, and this is Toby Moss, and we're here on Beverly Boulevard. This is one of the greatest areas. It's one of these areas where you can come and just walk around. You park your car and walk around, do all kinds of activities. It's thriving. I want to thank you very much. Blaze out.
It was very hot there. He sat down on a bench behind me somewhere and looked at what I was doing, and he couldn't resist coming up and telling me right away where I was going wrong. And while at first I didn't realize that I was falling in love with my teacher. That was something I wanted to do. So it took several months before I realized it. And it took a little bit longer for him to have the nerve to tell me how he felt. And that was it. I paint what I like to see. I don't like disorder and confusion or violence. And I know they go on in the world, but why should I have to paint them? If the painting doesn't add up to a mood or something, I'm not interested, you see, in doing a purely formal, abstract sort of thing. It has to say something to me, but not in so many words, because I can't put it in words. People talk about peace and serenity in my work and so forth. I paint what I like to see.